Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Russia is getting ready for another massive missile attack, and the reason why this is so is because anytime the Russians brought a lot of ships in the Black Sea, and they brought submarines and caliber cruise missile carriers, in about 1 or 2 days they released hell from the Black Sea, and sometimes they come from the Caspian Sea with their bombers, and from Belarus. In this case, I have this article come from the Ukrainian side reporting that the Russians doubled their numbers of ships in the Black Sea off the coast of Crimea. So let's see what these guys are talking about. This article comes from Ukrinform, and it is from the 27th of February 2023. Russia doubles number of warships deployed off Crimea coast. Russia's Navy has doubled the number of vessels deployed in the Black Sea. So let's see where that is, right? All right, and here it is, the Black Sea. And there you have the Sevastopol, you have Crimea right here, you have Ukraine here. And they have their Black Sea fleet by Sevastopol in this area. So Black Sea, remember the Americans, NATO have right here in Romania, but they keep their mouth shut. So let's go and continue with the article. So including 2 submarine missile carriers with 8 caliber cruise missiles on board. Well, I haven't heard about submarines, the Russian submarines in the Black Sea, for some time, I have to say that. I'm very interested in the submarine warfare, so that's why when I hear submarine. But finally, 2 of them, before being about 7-8 months, they had about 6, 5, 7 submarines. I think 7 was the maximum. And now 2. Okay, well, better than 0. That's according to Operational Command South, Ukrinform reports. And I'm quoting, the number of enemy vessels in the Black Sea has doubled. Currently, 12 ships remain at a safe distance from the Ukrainian-controlled coast. Among them are 2 submarine missile carriers with 8 calibers on board and 3 large landing ships. The report reads, that's a big development. The Russians had, at one point, they had 5 large landing ships in the same area by Crimea, and I haven't heard anything about those landing ships since the time they stopped saying anything about 5 submarines, Russian submarines. So now they have landing ships, 3, they have 2 submarines, 12 vessels. That's a big number. Mentioned like that by the Ukrainians, I'm trying to remember if they had such a deployment of vessels ever before. I don't think they had like the 9 vessels, 5 submarines, and 4 landing ships. I think that was the maximum that I remember Russians deploying in the Black Sea. So again, among them are 2 submarine missile carriers with 8 calibers on board and 3 large landing ships. Wow, 3. So OC South emphasized that the threat of missile attacks remains relevant as the enemy continues reconnaissance operations in search of new missile strike tactics. Also, throughout the day, the invasion forces have been shelling peaceful settlements on the right bank of the Dnieper in Kherson and a number of communities in Mykolaiv region opposite the Kinburn Spit. I made a video a little while ago, today, 2 hours ago, an hour ago, about an update on the Ukrainian front, and they talk about this little shelling on the right side of the Dnieper Kherson. But I used the Russian media outlet, and they said actually it was the other way around. The Ukrainians attacked them on the left bank of the Dnieper River. But anyway, in Kherson Oblast. Kherson and Antonivka were hit nearly 15 times, while shelling also reached Chernoboyivka, the water area of the Dnieper Buch estuary, and the Ochakiv community littoral. No casualties were reported, so I don't about here. Think about right here, down here, where Kherson is. This is the Dnieper River here. The Dnieper River. This is right here in the north. Right here is Kiev. So this is the Dnieper River coming like this, and here you have Kherson. Now the Russians are on the left bank, all right, and the east bank, and the Ukrainians are on the west bank. The Russians were here on the west bank at one point, but they were pushed back by the counteroffensive, the Ukrainian counteroffensive in what, September or something like that. And since then it was nothing, just shelling from one point to another, one side to another. So let's go back to these guys here. So Ukrainian missile and artillery units led a counter-battery operation, having eliminated 10 invaders and destroyed a mortar, 2 Grad MLR systems, and 3 artillery guns that have been firing at the region. 3 enemy observation points on the left bank of the Dnieper were effectively engaged. As Ukrinform reported earlier, Russia kept a single missile carrier on combat duty in the Black Sea as of 7:30 Monday. A single carrier on combat duty. Boo! We want our money back. Anyway, interesting submarines, landing ships, and warships. I don't know. We'll find out. As I said, based on previous attacks, when the Russians brought their fleet there together, then, because I see they keep like 2 or 3, or they don't mention anything, nothing important, no caliber cruise missile carriers, and all of a sudden, boof, they come over there the next day, or maybe in 24 hours, 48 hours within that, they launch a massive attack from the Black Sea, from the Caspian Sea, and from the north, from Belarus. Now these missiles, when they release these missiles from the Black Sea, sometimes, let's see if I can, yeah, it's right here, sometimes they from here, they shoot them to Lvov, right here. This is where they aim. So when they shoot them from here, the Black Sea, Crimea's coast, they go over sometimes Moldova and go right there, bang, and hit over there in this area. Last time, remember, it was the Ukrainians tried to drag this weasel country called Romania into NATO, drag it into the war by saying that 2 missiles fired by the Black Sea fleet, Russian fleet, crossed right here in the top, how should I put it, northeastern part of Romania, right here, 35 kilometers within by going towards Lviv, I guess. But actually it was over Moldova. But hey, Moldova should shut the hell up. You see this little part here? I'm going to say this until the cows come home. Right here, this was part of the so-called Moldova, because you see Moldova, this is just half of it, and it was like this, pop, 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 pop. I see here, right here, there was like this going to the Black Sea. All this was in it, and all this was part of this. This is Moldova right here, all right, by the Carpathian Mountains right here, from here, to Dnistru River, and even more now because you have Transnistria over there, the big problem with Transnistria. But hey, the Moldovans are feeling okay with this being given by Stalin to Ukraine. Romanians are okay with Moldova being a country and this thing being in Ukraine. You see this Chernivtsi, whatever, this is Chernivtsi right here. Again, this was taken from Romania right here and given to Ukraine by Stalin via an ultimatum. You see this right here? This is called Transcarpathia. This used to be Hungarian at one point. You see this part here? It used to be Polish right here. Why do you think the Polish are so helping Ukraine? They have an eye on this one, and why not? They're waiting. If Ukraine disintegrate, they will invade and get that one, and to protect over there. Romanians will do something else in the bathroom. That's what they're going to do, alone and upset. Weasels, man. Anyway, we'll see if that's going to be the case. I will definitely let you know. it's going to be a massive missile attack from the Russians. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.